Okay.
Do you... Wait. Wait. Why am I supposed to be going to court?
Suddenly... Do you have like a non-old man potion you could suck down right now real quick? Or like a... Do you have any, I don't know...
Now listen to me, young man. Don't you get all uppity with me.
Well, I'm telling you, you did say this, and you were there.
Okay, well, if you said so, just say so.
Okay.
You don't need to get all aggressive with
I
me.
apologize. We're in a very high stress situation. There's armies and people and murders and all this just crazy stuff going on, so I do apologize for getting short with you.
Well, now when do we need to go?
Almost 2 hours' time. But in the meantime, I'd love to help you around the shop if you need it. Let me just get my shirt off.
He has you sweep. He asks Tuttigub to stand outside because he's worried about him knocking things off the counters and, making a mess.
Sounds good. I'll be on the bench.
Yeah. So, Abigail, what do you do?
I just stand around the house, try to see if he comes out of it or not.
Okay. And
Trying
Bregor?
not to be seen. I'm not like waving around the house or partying or anything.
Right. Bregor, what do you do?
I am headed to East Fawns.
Mm-hmm. To the public hall.
Mm-hmm.
He holds court. Okay.
All right. And so I just go inside and look around the room.
Okay. You look around the room. You see there's the two guards on the door leading into it. And then around the room, there's not much else, actually. There's, some tapestries hanging.
Is he currently holding court?
No, he's not there yet.
Okay.
It's pretty much empty. You kind of walk in. As you're walking in, one of the guards says, they won't be holding court for another hour or so.
Okay. Well, I say to the guard, yeah, I'm just interested in the court proceedings, so maybe I'll show back up in an hour or so and just check it out.
He nods and says, and it's open to anyone who wants to come.
Okay. So, yeah, I'll just kill some time until then.
Okay. So, Abigail, you're waiting and waiting. And how long do you wait?
I wait until my party comes back.
Until the party comes to get you?
Yeah.
Okay. So after about an hour and a half...
What?
Hold on. After about an hour and a half, the guy, Vlog, starts walking out of the house.
Alright. So I'll just see where he's headed and stand there.
He starts walking straight towards the town hall.
So I guess I'll follow him from like afar without saying anything. Just being as stealthy as possible, even though it's probably daytime.
Yeah. So he walks right up to the town hall and goes inside.
Is it where Bregor is?
Yes, it's where Bregor was.
Was.
Yeah. By the time you get there, Bregor's gone.
Meanwhile, at the wizard's house...
Where is this Abigail? We're all ready to go.
Yeah. So, like an hour and a half, 2 hours pass. It's about time for everyone to be meeting up. You guys don't see Abigail.
What do you guys
She's
think?
missing.
Has she been taken?
Let's continue forward.
She's been taken by Vlog.
Should we go to court? We can't. I feel like the longer we delay this, the more likely it is that it spills out that we're trying to do this. The worst case scenario it becomes. The worse the case of the scenario.
I understand your weird words, sir.
Thank you. Spent many months on the road. My ability to articulate words has gone down the drain. Shall we just go then? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
I think we go.
Maybe she's just tracking Mulog or Gulag or whatever the guy's name is. You know, that weird guy.
Tracking. I know what you mean. All right. let's go to court. Are you ready, wizard?
Yeah.
All right.
But what if a customer comes while I'm away?
Then they'll have to come back when you're here.
I could be losing some business over this, you know.
You could. I'll tell you what. I'll give you 40 gold pieces to make up for the difference in the next 30 minutes that you're away from the shop, where someone could come.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nods his head.
Here we go.
It takes a little longer to get there than you expected because he's kind of old. Bringing the staff with them, walking along. But eventually, you guys get to the courthouse or the town hall, and there's a lot of people in there already. It's pretty packed. Abigail is kind of hanging out on the outside, waiting for you all.
Are we prepared to go in here? Brago, are you all suited up? Tugabud, have you trained the proper spells and we're ready for this?
I'm ready to go.
I'm good to go.
Okay. Just as we know, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring up charges against him. I'm going to talk about the assassin that we interrogated that told us that that group was sent after us by him. We have the ring that we took from a slain hill giant that was charged and found speaking about being hired to kill that town. Willowbrook. And we have the wizard verifying that the ring was sold to him. Now, of course, that's shaky. He could say it was stolen from him, but we're bringing up a case. This is something that's part of it. And then hopefully his son comes through as well and confirms that he's sent an army to go sack a town and here perhaps, solidify our arguments in the other ways as well. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Works for me.
It does.
Did you hear Abigail?
Wait a minute.
Hey, I was being stealthy.
Abigail emerges from behind a bale of sand. Yes.
Ta-da!
Supplies.
We were worried about you. The plan was to come back and meet at the... Never mind. It's fine. You're here now.
Sorry,
Are you
I followed
okay?
the guy. Yeah, I was making sure the guy wasn't going anywhere sketchy or leaving town or anything.
Okay. He
He's
just
here,
stayed
though?
at his mansion the whole time?
Yeah, and then he came straight up to this place.
All right. Now, anything could happen in there, and as we know, if shit kind of goes down, we're going to have to work as a team. We have health potions spread out between 3 of us. Am I correct in that?
Yep, you are.
Okay. My plan is, as kind of usual, if stuff does go bad, we're going to make our way for the mayor himself and try to secure him. And this time we're not going to weaken at Bernie's this thing. We'll just kind of grab him alive. But JP, no hating. If you have to burn his face, then you got to burn his face. But we'll try
Let's try not to kill.
Let's try to
another.
avoid that. We'll do it politically.
All right. And
Ready?
If you need the help of some truth, you let me know.
Ah, good.
We can make that happen.
Actually,
I think we should, as soon as they...
well, we'll ask him because it seems like if you cast a spell on it without it being pronounced, people might just think we're trying to sabotage the situation, right?
Yes, they will definitely notice that I'm up to no good.
Okay.
So,
We can offer that as an interrogation tool.
yes.
Okay, let's do this. So we enter.
Okay, you guys enter. There's currently some farmer who's talking about, another farmer in a dispute over where a fence belongs.
Could I
and
hear
there's
this conversation, Neil, please?
Well, you see, the fence was always on my side of the land, but if you look at the deed when I bought it, it said 38 hectares. Now, I've gone out there with a cow who I know how long my cow is, and I've measured the size of my farm, and it's not 38 hectares. You see, and there's a river on one side, so definitely not losing any ground there. And on the other side's a stone wall that's been there for ages, and the other side of the road,
And
so clearly
scene.
the fence is in the wrong spot, guys.
All right, you win.
As we enter, I look around and take notice of how many guards are in the room.
You see, there's the 2 on the front door again. There's Lord Felstar hanging out, or Lord Istvan Felstar hanging out on his chair in front of kind of a long table. He's got 2 guards directly behind him. His son is sitting on his left side, your right side, and there is another man sitting on his right side.
Okay.
All right, so we wait our turn, I suppose.
Okay. It takes about 45 minutes for you to get your turn because there's a lot of other ruling issues. It turns out the guy was wrong. His cow was probably not the right size, or Lord Fellstar just ruled against him, said keep the fence where it is. For those of you that were really wondering how that played out.
Back 1 sec.
That's gonna leave us in suspense.
Yeah. Ryan's
So what do you
out.
guys think about that whole cow situation? Huh? Kind of weird.
He does have a good point, though. I believe he's in his right.
Yeah, I think I tend to support that guy.
If shit goes bad, let's make sure he gets what he deserves. That's all I'm saying.
So do we continue or do we wait?
No. Is it our turn now?
Yeah.
All right.
Mm.
So we kind of walk up, and the wizard
He looks at you all and says, "What are you guys doing here? What complaints could you possibly have? You're not even citizens."
Esteban Fellstar. We come as representatives of Willowbrook and
My
ourselves.
name's Esteban.
Right, Esteban, like I said. We have charges to bring up against you, and the crimes are egregious. We would ask that you will step down afterwards as mayor of this town.
He gives a little bit of a chuckle and says, you asked me to step down as mayor?
Yes, Abigail, if you could please show him the paperwork that does say that we are representatives of Willowbrook, and then we will bring our case up against you.
So I show the paperwork with not the hand that has the ring nearby.
Okay. You put it forward, and he looks at these and kind of just laughs and tosses them back on the table and says, so some people in Willowbrook, which, by the way, was completely destroyed.
Yes.
These are random people saying that they're running the town of Willowbrook.
Oh,
whatever.
not random people, Esteban. These are the wives and fathers and sons of murdered, raped, and generally just maimed people because you hired a hill giant and his crew to ransack and destroy the town. That would be the first crime we will bring up against you. And our proof is a ring that was found with the hill giant that has been known to be in your possession prior to the hill giant. We assume it's payment, and we think that's the connection, but he has also spoken that you had hired him. Unfortunately, he's not able to make it to court today because I sprayed his innards all up against a wall, and then I slipped in it and fell.
I see. And you have this ring that was mine, but then the hill giant was wearing.
Yes. Abigail,
Yeah.
please show him the ring, and
then
Wizard Man.
I show the ring while holding on to it.
Okay.
Wizard, can you please confirm that you did sell that to Esteban?
The old wizard kind of stumbles forward and says, yes, I sold Esteban Fellstar, who I used to call Easty back when he was a young lad, y'all. I sold him that ring about 20 years ago, and if I recall correctly, I sold it for about 6,000 gold pieces. Now, it's a good ring, and it was definitely his.
Thank you, Mr. Wizard Man. And you are, unless Esteban has questioning for you, you are free to go from our concerns.
Where's the money you promised me?
We will give you the money for the services lost while you're here at court. Afterwards, we'll come and get you. Thank you.
Okay.
So Esteban, the ring was sold to you. We found it on a hill giant. The hill giant was hired to murder a town. The hill giant claims that he was hired by you. What say you?
He kind of leans back and says, so, you said I hired a hill giant to destroy my own town, and your only real proof is a so-called magic ring and a batty old man who can't remember what day it is.
Well, insults aside, he is an honored patron of your town who has sold the ring to you. He claims this. I mean, if you want to just call him batty and write it off, that's your prerogative, but I feel like that'd be a weak
And what reason
argument.
do I have to destroy one of my own tax-paying towns?
To enter the mind of a murderous mayor for a moment, I would assume it's to create political unrest that would then allow you to send an army in response to a town that's been taking the blame all along for these political actions in Palinfast. Which
What do you
is
mean?
a clever segue into the next charge against you. Have you sent an army to go destroy another town?
I cannot discuss military strategy in public.
Very good. Your argument so far has been crazy old man, and I won't say. You're a neener away from having achieved 5th grade level argumentation. The
And you
third
have-
charge we will bring up against you is that we interrogated an assassin that trailed us from what town was it? Tugabutt? What's the town of Dalamar?
Dale
Valesburg?
something.
Valesburg?
I don't think it's another burg.
Hmm.
Anyway, these assassins tried to kill us. They actually stabbed my friend. We were able to capture one of the assassins and interrogate them, and they said that you hired them. It is Valesburg.
So you're saying I sent assassins against you in Valesburg.
As are the assassins.
And are there any assassins left alive to corroborate these claims?
Not
There
in
was
our
a-
presence.
Okay, so what it comes down to is your word and the word of an old man whose memory is quite suspect against my word.
And the word of an assassin, and the word of a hill giant.
Of
and
course,
the
but
town
those
of
words
Wilbur.
are all based on your word.
Yes,
So it
and
really comes down to your word and maybe the word of an old man against
Well,
my word.
I enlisted the services of CSI Las Vegas to try and find the knife that you used to kill us, but they were not able to find it.
And he kind of looks around the court, and there are some people that are kind of murmuring to themselves, like a little concerned. He says, "May I remind you all, these are the people who I recently pardoned for their murder, their vicious murder of Lord Fang. I pardoned them because they had done a great service in protecting some of our other towns, but now I wonder if that's really been their course of action. I wonder if they're not just a group of psychopaths out to cause chaos wherever they go."
Esteban, your name calling has reached a climax. I would ask that you show the same respect that we have shown you. We feel that you have tried to kill us. You have successfully
Respect you've
destroyed us.
shown me. You walk into my city, up into my town hall, and then you claim that I have been trying to murder my own citizens. That is not respect.
All right, before you go all training day on me, you need to understand something, Mr. King Kong. People not getting this reference is a really good movie.
That's
You guys
really
are
good
making me
reference,
sad
man.
right now.
That's good.
The respect we are showing is by going through normal channels. You have cited a crime that we were pardoned from, which resulted in a grisly battle that we are trying to avoid. But we do believe you to be the owner of some egregious actions, and I have not heard an argument against it so far. You would rather denounce the integrity of everyone around you and the people that come forward, as opposed to actually offering why it can't be you that has done these things.
Ladies and gentlemen, I give you these psychopaths. Guards, arrest them. And the two guards from the door and the two guards from behind.
Vaughn,
and
you will
start
regret
walking
this.
forward.
I step up
Say
and
it.
I say, "We have the word of one other as well,
Oh, and where is this person?
sitting right next to you. It is
Glances to his
Vulag."
side. Vulog looks at his son. Vulog, what do you have anything to say on this matter? And his son just says, "No."
Hmm.
Then
I
so
give
be it,
Vaughn-
Esteban. You would rather arrest us and call us psychopaths than have a fair court. Is that the way of it?
You've had your court. You've had everything. You've come up. I let you speak your mind.
So
I
you're arresting us
interrupted you
because
no
you don't
more
like
than you
what we
interrupted
said?
me, and you're accusing me of things which are simply not true. As the judge of this situation, which is slightly convenient, but still, I think no other judge in the world would put your word over my word,
Why is that?
because you have provided no motive, no means,
did.
and no. Where's the motive? What is the motive?
You're trying to kill us because you had found out that we were with Dalamar.
What's
and
the motive for killing Willowbrook?
political unrest, so you can send your army to slay a town.
So I would destroy my own town just so I could slay what town?
I can offer you this.
What town am I trying
take
to
over
destroy?
Palensburg.
One member in our party has a spell where he can extract the truth from someone. Would you accept this spell?
A wizard's
Because I would as
tricks?
well. Yes, I would do it. You and me both can be under the spell. That
And
seems
how do I know that's the spell that your friend here is casting?
Do you have anyone that can verify?
The guy that's sitting next to him on his right says, I could verify the spell, and he kind of looks at his friend and glares.
Then your friend can verify, and you will know there's no trickery, just the truth.
He says, I don't think we need to go through that.
How you don't want the truth to come out? You just want to call us liars and then try to arrest us? Is that true? Is this what you call justice? Is this law? Your mayor would like to avoid the truth and instead would just have violence come down on this group.
Okay.
Is that true?
If I agree to this, and the truth comes out, do you swear by every witness in this room that you will put down your swords if the truth does not come out how you think it does, and come with us willingly?
If you are in fact not guilty of these crimes, and you tell us the truth that you did not do that, then I will face your court system as an accuser of these crimes. But to be honest with you, with the truth out either way, I don't know what would stand to, why this would be a bad thing. You'd be washed of this, and we would be free to go on and find those that did do these.
I don't consider myself sullied by it currently.
You don't. You what?
I do not consider myself sullied by it currently. I don't need
What's
to be
that mean?
washed of something that I have not been, that is not standing me.
The truth will come out, correct? And what I'm saying is we're in
Fine,
pursuit of these
fine. You there,
Willowbrook needs justice! And I hold the paper forward.
you there, ogre, cast your spell.
All right.
And I stand next to him so that I'm inside the circle of truth.
Exactly.
Okay.
So I
Which
cast.
is
you guys-
also a reference.
You guys walk up. Or he walks forward around to the other side of the table. You stand next to him. A couple of guards get real close to you guys, though.
Okay.
The two from behind the table come up, and they stand like right next to you, just in case anything fishy happens.
Okay.
I can feel their breath on my neck.
Hold on. Fuck that wizard. Never mind. I'll just cast Stone of Truth. I was gonna do something else, but that wizard would know. So let's not do that.
Did he cast it?
I think Neil's.
JP, did you cast it?
Yes.
He has cast the spell. You guys are entitled saving throws if you so choose.
Does that mean they like pull out die in the middle of this conversation and roll it, or how does that actually work?
Roll.
Well, I mean, the characters don't. I mean, Jeff, if you want to dodge the spell's effects, you may try to dodge the spell's effects.
Oh, I don't.
Okay. Cool. I'm just trying to figure out. JP's level is 5. This spell will last for 5 rounds, which is the equivalent of 5 minutes. So you have 5 minutes to talk. Go.
Esteban, did you have an accordance with the hill giant?
What hill giant?
Clifton, the hill giant, the one that destroyed Willowbrook.
I don't know any hill giant named Clifton.
Do you know any hill giant at all?
I know of hill giants.
That's not the question.
What do you mean, do I know them? You need to be specific here.
Do you
Yes,
know
there are
a-
hill giants everywhere. I know about
Right.
hill
I
giants.
know of polka-dotted frogs, but I don't know one. Do you know a hill giant? Did you speak with one and work out a deal with one in the last couple years?
What are you getting at?
Was that a yes?
This spell sucks ass. You just answer yes or no. Do you know a hill giant? You know what I'm trying to ask. You avoiding it is proving your guilt.
Did you murder Lord Fang?
I'm sorry. You didn't answer my question.
I know. You've been asking questions. Why don't you let me ask?
I did not
him
murder
ask
Lord
a
Fang, no.
question?
I did not.
Did you kill him?
I did not, no.
No. Were you did you or any member of your party, let's rephrase,
Yes.
kill Lord Fang? Yes.
Yes.
And why did you kill him?
Because he was trying to kill us.
Was he really? Or was there a trial going on in which you were found guilty of a crime and you didn't want to face the sentence of it?
You've
Is that
asked
what
many
happened?
questions without answering mine. How come you haven't answered mine?
Did you guys not want to face the crimes
No, we didn't want to
you were
face
found
the
guilty
crime.
of?
We
Uh-huh.
were guilty of murdering someone in his town. He ran a kangaroo court, and then he tried to kill us. So we killed him. And another truth for you, Esteban. Then you pardoned us for all these great deeds we've done, including the one I'm trying to do now, which
I'm
is
just
to
speaking
fix-
as to your
Excuse
character.
me! A mayor who has wrongfully murdered and raped a town, who has tried to kill us to keep the truth out, and who is now sending an army across the land to destroy another city.
So if
Did
you want the
you-
truth about the hill giant, yes, I know a hill giant. I tried to work together with a hill giant once upon a time.
You tried to work together? Did you guys build a fort, or did you actually hire him to kill a city?
I hired him for things that I do not want to discuss here because they are politically sensitive.
Yes.
They have to do with current military operations.
Okay.
Hmm.
Okay. Did you did you send assassins after us to kill us? Esteban? Just can't have your tongue.
Esteban.
Do you work for Dalamar?
I do not work for Dalamar.
You do not work for Dalamar.
In the current grammar of my knowledge, no, I do not work for Dalamar. If you would like to
Have
ask-
you had dealings with
Yes.
the Archmage Dalamar
Yes.
of the Black Robes?
He was wearing black at the time. I do believe Abigail can speak to what's beneath the robes, but again, a story for another time. Esteban, did you send assassins to kill us?
I sent assassins to kill people who I thought were agents of a dark wizard.
Ladies
A
and
dark
gentlemen,
wizard who
we're
showed
two
up.
for two. We're 2 for 2.
There's no problem with sending assassins.
Well, of course not, unless they're coming after you, in which case, hiring people to murder you, we find that to be problematic in this thing we call the world.
I had evidence, and the entire city had evidence that you were minions of a darker lord.
Your evidence was a man blinking in, abducting one of ours, and saying, "You have to come to me now," and then blinking
And
away.
you had previously admitted, and did you not have dealings with him before that?
Only now did you find out that we've had dealings with him before.
But you
In
have
fact,
before, right?
you sent assassins before you knew this.
No, I knew ahead of time.
Esteban, unless you're a time-traveling RoboCop, you did not actually know that.
I know I had information that you had worked with Dalamar in the past.
You know that you had information that we had... I'm sorry.
I knew that before I sent people to kill you,
All right.
I knew that you had worked with Dalamar in the past.
We'll give you the benefit of the doubt and say that you had working information that we had worked with the mage, so clearly you're justified in sending assassins to kill us.
How would you know that though? What were you based on?
No. It's okay. We're not going to waste the truth of spell on this. The other question I'd like to ask you, did you have anything to do with the destruction of Willowbrook? Esteban?
Willowbrook was an unfortunate happening. It is sad that that town had to die. JP, your
Ladies-
Stolas effects are over.
Ladies and gentlemen of the court, Esteban has admitted to working with a hill giant, which is what we accused him of. He has admitted to the destruction of Willowbrook, which is what we accused him of. And he has admitted to sending assassins to kill us, which we accused him of. Yes, we are guilty of killing Lord Fang, which we were pardoned for because we then saved towns from such evil as like hydras, and we moved people from desolate towns to others to save them from vagabond attacking monsters. And that is his defense against us. And now he is saying that the reason he sent assassins is because we worked with Dalamar, but he does not know why we worked with Dalamar and what we did. He just knows that he wanted us dead.
An agent of evil is no better than the evil itself.
I agree. And that is why you must now step down as an agent of evil that has killed Willowbrook, sent assassins after us, and in general been a nuisance to the living people around this town.
Okay. So we're going to do charisma checks, you versus Lord Fang, modified for how I think your
Not
arguments
Lord
have been
Fang.
out for the town to see, for the audience to see how they react.
Okay.
20
Jeff, let's give you your. So you want to roll a d20 plus your charisma, which is 13, and I think you're going to get a a +8 bonus to that. So d20 plus 13 plus 8 versus his d20 plus his charisma plus his bonus, which are going to be secret from you.
Bring your kid
35.
Roll 20.
35?
Well, it's
Mhm.
d20 plus
good.
21. The 13
Yeah.
plus 8.
Yeah. That's just pretty high.
I'm pretty good at rolling sometimes, but other times I'm not. Sometimes it's a 1.
Say versus death.
Yeah, it was bad. There was that one episode where I rolled 1 like 4 times in the same battle, and I kept throwing
Yeah.
my sword around the room.
Yeah.
Okay. So the people are kind of looking at you, and Esteban says, clearly this man doesn't know what he's talking about. He's been working with darker powers. I pardoned him too early. It was a mistake. I should not have pardoned such people. They are agents of Dalamar. I have proof, as you had all heard, and as you heard he admitted. I sent assassins to deal with them because it was politically inconvenient for me to pardon one person and then accuse him of something else the next day. A little bit of a mistake. These people have come into our court, into our homes, and they have asked you to believe that I would murder my own people just so I could send an army against a town miles and miles and miles away. I can't comment on current military operations for our safety, but these people are here to cause trouble. They are agents of Dalamar in the past, possibly in the future. I don't trust them. I say we arrest them. What do you all say? And the crowd isn't, once super favored, but there's quite a few shouts of, yeah, down with Dalamar. Enough that he just kind of nods and says, okay, guards, arrest these 4.
Vlog, this is your last chance.
Wulog stands up, walks over to his father, puts his hand on his shoulder, and says, we should have gotten rid of them a long time ago, shouldn't we, Dad? And just kind of looks at you in the eyes, Vincent.
Well, you admitted to the crimes we brought against you, and I had promised you that if I had found I was wrong in those crimes, I would stand down. As I found I am correct, it would look like I'm going to have to go all Lord Fang on your bitch ass. And then I approach him like the fucking Terminator that I am.
Yeah, and I think this is where we take our first break.
First break.
And for people watching on YouTube, that is a very shitty cliffhanger, and I realize that, but we'll have to watch tomorrow.
And scene.
Yep. So we'll be right back after this quick 3-minute break. Don't go anywhere, because I think we're killing a lord right after this break.